I'm working with Star Stop. That is quite a frame and quite an exciting frame for talent whenever you see one who's been doing it for as long as I've been sitting here and as long as I've been born. I've always had the greatest respect for him. Every time he comes on frame, the frame stops. And the other one, who's actually been doing it from the first day, and I have to tell him something today because whenever I go back to give instances to friends, कि पता performance कैसी होनी चाहिए ऐसे, and I'm always pointing to LSD वाली देखी है ऐसे. This is exactly what Rajkumar Rao is. Anil sir, thank you so much for joining me.
Pleasure.
And Rajkumar,
thank you.
As I said, you're my reference point and a number of things, I'll tell you. But it is brilliant. We're talking about Fanney Khan first, but what a busy time for the Kapoor Khandan, sir. Every 3 weeks, either you all are promoting, or there's a shadi, or there's a film release. I mean, it's amazing, and good luck and touch wood, everything is being successful.
Well, things are, this is part of life, ना जैसे ये फनी खान की कहानी है कि ये सब चीज़ें तो चलती रहती हैं, कुछ कभी-कभी ऐसे साल होते हैं जिसमें बहुत सारी चीज़ें होती हैं, कुछ ऐसे साल होते हैं जो but you have to just move in life and have a good time and that's what I'm doing. I'm having a great time. I've had a great time this year and done some interesting films. काफ़ी अच्छी फिल्में की हैं और अब ये फिल्म रिलीज़ हो रही है फनी खान जिसके लिए हम आपके सामने हैं. 3 अगस्त को रिलीज़ हो रही है. राजकुमार के साथ है, ऐश्वर्या है फिल्म के अंदर और हम तीनों ने बहुत मज़ा आया. तीनों काफ़ी सीन्स हैं हमारे साथ में तीनों के, बड़ा मज़ा आया काम करके.
बट मेरे को बेस्ट बात ये लगती है कि देयर आर वेरी फ्यू फैमिलीज दैट कैन से the generations are continuing to perform. That's the longevity factor with you. And being able to perform as a leading character or as a leading man, it's amazing, There's so much that you can take from in there. There is no other family that can do this. So is there ever any film talk now at home? Whenever you all meet, or is there, bhai, uske alawa sab kuch baat karni hai?
But this is very natural, na? Because, film talk will be there because you're a film family. So obviously there has to be film talk and there is film talk. And what is interesting is is that everybody are very individualistic and very
views.
Independent and they have very, very strong views and they stick to their conviction. So it becomes much more exciting, not for all of us, for the father and the daughters and the son, but sometimes for the mother and the wife.
Yeah.
She has to say, no, please, can you all stop discussing films?
We'll come to that also. You are not having that kind of situation right now. You are just busy with your own films. Like I said, 2017 mein Rajkumar ka jo saal tha was unbelievable. I mean, recently, there was a film that by the time this interview plays, of course, it would have been a while. But I'd just seen Dhadak. And one of the first films that had come out with this honor killing bit was LSD. And that was one of the first films that he did. And since then, that was a masterpiece, by the way. Not enough people saw it in theatres. That was a real masterpiece. You've had the most incredible career. And this film, Fanney Khan, actually is your story also, I say. Because you had your dreams. You managed to live your own dreams. You are now the poster boy for everybody who has a dream in their eye and that they want to reach there also. This current generation treats you like a poster boy. This is a different kind of pressure that you have to hold on your shoulders. How do you...
Thank you so
How
much.
do you like that now? Because it's a nice feeling also.
Thank you so much. No, it's overwhelming, but honestly, I don't really think about it. I really, nobody has told me about this before, that people... I get so many messages on social media that we look up to you and you're an inspiration. And I tell them that, you're also my inspiration, man. Everybody can be everybody's inspiration. But I don't really divert my mind into things like if I have become this or if I have become that. My most joyous moment is when I'm in front of the camera. Trust me, that's my most exciting part of my life. And I just want to keep doing that without thinking about anything else. Yeah. 2017
has now catapulted you into not being able to just decide only about a film. You have to think about a lot of other things also. Last 2 years of stardom. Now it's stardom. And Anil sir would know this. He's had so many ups and ups and ups and ups and then some downs and then a resurgence, I would say, in the last 5-7 years as I mean, the way you're looking on screen, sir, the kind of films that you're doing, it's fantastic. You're now in that zone where you have to think of stardom also now, which I know you didn't like earlier. It didn't matter to you. You just wanted to be an actor. How is this new phase?
No, yeah, we really can't. I think the kind of actor even Anil sir is or the kind of actor I am, I really can't think about I'm doing this film because I want to be a star. There's no guarantee about that, right? Now, and especially now, I think times are changing so far. The kind of cinema we're making, it's changing, I think, every day. So you can't really say this film will make you a star. You have to keep doing films. You have to keep playing characters in those films. You can't just keep playing, hero, if I can say so, in every film. I think for me also, especially, that would be very boring. I can't really do that to myself as an artist. I would get bored of seeing myself on screen. Yeah.
First time you met Anil sir on set?
It was actually we've had our workshops before we started filming.
But did you have like a wave of different films rushing through your head?
No, the good thing about him is he doesn't give you that kind of energy. He's very friendly. He was very open. We started improvising about on our characters, respective characters, and I think there was this instant connect that we had. And now, of course, I'm really close to him, and I feel very fortunate that I can, though he's so senior to me, but he treats me like a friend, which is I think it's a huge compliment for me that he treats me like a friend. And Sonam, of course, she complains we're doing another film together, three of us. She's like, पापा तो सिर्फ तेरी बातें करते रहते हैं यार. I said, अब तो मैं विल में भी आने वाला हूँ.
That's a lovely line. A very good line to be part of now. But that's true, sir. He's ये उभरदार सितारा था बड़े सालों से, and he's come into his own also. And he was criticized for his film selections. लोगों ने बोला था ऐसी फिल्मों से आप नहीं बन पाओगे बड़े स्टार. ऐसे लोग बहुत कम लोग. ये बॉक्स ऑफिस कलेक्शंस ऑलवेज बोलते थे. तुम्हारी फिल्में अच्छी हैं लेकिन बॉक्स ऑफिस पर नहीं आ पा रही है. He broke through last year. So, when you also met him, what was your first reaction? Have you seen, by the way, his work?
Yeah, the first film which I saw was City Lights. And then I saw Newton. Then I've seen Bareilly Ki Barfi. And yes, these are the films which I immediately come to me. And of course, I've seen the trailers of all his films. And so these are the films I've seen. But whatever I've know about him, whatever I've seen about him, I've worked now in 2 films with him. I see a lot of myself in him, the way he is and the kind of choices he's making, the kind of roles he's doing. And जैसे कि आपने इनसे सवाल किया कि stardom, see, ये जो एक्टर होता है ना, जो अंदर से एक्टर होता है, वो कभी ऐसा सोचता नहीं है. वो सिर्फ अपने किरदार के बारे में सोचता है, अपने कैरेक्टर के बारे में सोचता है. वो कैरेक्टर पॉपुलर हो जाते हैं. वो जब कैरेक्टर पॉपुलर हो जाए तो ऑटोमेटिकली वो फिल्म कामयाब हो जाती, तो आप फिर you become a tradable, sellable, accessible, kind of a commodity, and then they start calling you that you're a star and all those kind of things. So I think somewhere,
But people say you can either be a star or an actor. कई बार ऐसे बोलते हैं शुरुआत में, you have to plan it. Are you an actor or are you going to be a star?
It depends on the person. You see, both, I respect both. I respect people who are stars from the word go. They have a certain kind of personality, presence, and it's also not that easy to be a star. So मैं उनकी भी उतनी इज्जत करता हूँ. मैं उनकी भी बहुत इज्जत करता हूँ जो सिर्फ एक्टर हैं, जो जिनको स्टार बनने की बिल्कुल ख्वाहिश नहीं है, जो बनना भी नहीं चाहते हैं, थिएटर में काम करते हैं और जानबूझ के ऐसी फिल्में करते हैं जो कहीं ना कहीं उनके स्टारडम को because they don't do the things which the audience or the filmmakers want them to do, but they enjoy. उनकी भी इज्जत कर रहा हूँ. और कुछ ऐसे भी लोग हैं जो बहुत बड़े स्टार्स हैं और I respect them equally because each is own. उन्होंने वो पाथ और there are certain people who are star actors.
Correct, like you.
हाँ, तो उनकी भी मैं उतनी ही इज्जत करता हूँ. So neither do I look up too much to someone who's what he is, or neither do I look down to anybody. To each his own. Everybody has his journey. Everybody has his own struggle. Everybody has their own problems and everything. So everybody does what is best for them and goes with their strengths. This is my strength, this is his strength, and we go with our strengths. And the journey just keeps on, has its ups and downs, and sometimes, they have for a long time. And sometimes you go through that ups and downs because you can't know what is going to be, what is planned,
No, but say like for the last 5 years for you, very exciting time. The kind of roles that you're doing, you were always doing different roles earlier. But I would say now very good roles being written
not the question of last 5 years. I think the memory is very short. People remember the last 5 years. But I've been, to be honest with you, been very, very fortunate from the time I did my first film, Wo Saat Din, was my first really film which gave me recognition. I started shooting for the film in 19. I started working 78, 79.
Yeah, 80,
but 78, 79. And then I did bit roles here and there and did some South films on. Recognition and a little bit of, as you say, the sellability and the credibility and the star wala, wo saat din shuru hua. So I've always been, अच्छा काम हमेशा, अच्छे किरदार हमेशा. लास्ट 38 साल जो भी हुआ
I was born in 80.
मिलते
You were born in 84.
84. So I've been very very fortunate and सब कितने लोग मुझे ये भी बोलते हैं तू डायरेक्टर क्यों नहीं बनता? Why don't you direct films? I just enjoy my work. I just love being an actor. So
I hear your daughter's going to direct.
yeah, she wanted to become a director. Matter of fact, she joined Bansali and she was assistant with him for Black and then part of some other film also. But basically, she wanted to be a director. Yeah. So she has a technical knowledge. She's got a good instinct for scripts and she reads a lot and all. So she has. मेरे में नहीं है वो. So I just want to be an actor. So I've been very fortunate. So people remember the last 6, 7, 8 years, 9 years because your generation. Because now the whole kind of.
No, I remember the last 20 years, sir.
Yeah,
but off late in the last 8, 10 years, people have really got excited about it.
Yeah.
This is you as well. Also, even you never want to be a director, right?
No.
But why? When such great actors are there, technically you're also good. You all have stories in your head. I've never understood this part. Is that a daunting, prospect to be a director of a film?
No, not really. I think it's something you have to ask yourself, like, what is it that you enjoy? I enjoy being in front of the camera, not behind the camera. If I'm directing, for instance, hypothetically, if I'm directing, some actor is performing, my actor side of me would always be like, nahin, why she or he is doing like this? No, can I just go and, do this character or whatever? So I think that's something which won't work for the film,
So this is Sachin Tendulkar, yeah? That's the problem. Why can't you hit the cover drive the way I want you to hit the cover drive? That's why he couldn't be a great captain. I get so excited when I see both these actors on screen and in one film. Very, very exciting. And to add to that in the middle, the lady who, very few times, I just keep staring sometimes at a person here. And that happened with Aishwarya Rai. I was feeling so shocked with myself. So beautiful when you see her in real life. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for joining me. Isn't that the case when you see Aishwarya Rai?
Well, my cat in the film is supposed to be in awe of, Baby Singh, Aishwarya Rai's character. So it helped me, naturally. Yeah.
And what about you, sir? I mean, you've got Aishwarya in this mix as well. And, there's a lot of buzz around the films that she chooses also, Because there's that oomph factor. There's that extra X factor that comes in with her.
But this film, she'll surprise you.
Yeah?
She'll surprise you. I think she's done a fantastic. Me and Raj both feel very, very strongly, and we have discussed it. It's definitely, there's more you'll see about Aishwarya. She's a friend, which you can, it's much more when you see the film. There's a lot of depth, a lot of layers in the character, and she's the integral part of the film. And she's really, really done a terrific job in the film. Of course, she happens to be the singer in the film, whom my daughter looks up to. And she's a big, kind of icon in the film. Her name is Baby Singh. But you see the other side of Baby Singh, which I find very, very fascinating in the film, which makes the film. So in a way, even she's Fanney Khan. Raj is Fanney Khan. I am Fanney Khan. My daughter's Fanney Khan. My wife. So it's an ensemble. This film, Fanney Khan, naam iska Fanney Khan hai, mar hai ensemble. A true ensemble film is Fanney Khan.
I think this is the story a lot of what Mumbai is also. यहाँ बहुत सारे फन्ने खान हैं. इतने सारे जो पिछले 10 साल में इतने रियलिटी शोज आए, बहुत सारे लोग आए, सपने बने, सपने टूटे. Is that also why this story excited you so much? Because this is so real in front of you now.
Yeah, I could relate to it because, of course, I have gone through that. And the locations which we shot, for me, it was like going back to those places like Bendi Bazaar and Metro Cinema, VT Station, Muhammad Ali Road, then Ray Road,
Do you not travel that side too much?
Mazagon, तो मस्जिद बंदर, ये सब जगहें जो थी वो my childhood was I spent a lot of time. Then I used to stay in Chembur, so I used to take the harbour line from Chembur, and there was एक तो मैं कुर्ला से लेता था, कभी कुर्ला से स्टेशन से I used to go, and then there was one which is the main line which goes to Church Gate, and one was the harbour line. So harbour line में ये सारी जगहें आती थी जो हमने फिल्म के अंदर शूटिंग की है. So for me it was like going back to those areas, Wadala, and that's the part of the real Mumbai.
Which is very tough to do now because of the traffic.
No, it's not a question of
So if
traffic.
you plan to go over there, you have to plan 2
And our
days.
director, I think Atul, somewhere is also well versed with these kind of locations and the characters which are there. So for me, this film was kind of a catharsis, going back and digging deep into my roots to get that purity and the honesty which was there. And which I always want कि वो honesty, वो purity हमेशा रहे और हर actor में रहनी चाहिए मरते दम तक.
और वो screen पे दिख रही है because I think that's what I was discussing with my crew also that this looks like such a real film for especially people who live in Mumbai. You know, there's so many things that you want to do. You want your people around you to succeed, your family to succeed. और जब नहीं होता है कई बार, it really hurts you. And I see so many stories around me. But there is one story like, I mean, it's like a wish list I would have had. Your first bits with Aishwarya, you're going to be the center of attraction. There was these great PR articles. Rajkumar Rao has now landed a gig opposite Aishwarya Rai. I know this is for so many people out there. This will be like a little dream role. And when you come in, then of course the role itself is also brilliant. So bits and pieces of you when you're performing with her, first day, last day.
So as an actor, when I'm performing, I don't really, for me, it's the character that I'm seeing opposite me. Honestly, I don't really get nervous, and I'm not bragging about it.
Yeah.
I can't perform if I'm getting nervous, if I'm seeing my co-actor as the person they are, as the person he or she is. It won't work for me. I think thanks to
But would you
my
message
training.
anybody say, okay, today Aishwarya is also no?
No. I won't do that. I'm a big fan of Aishwarya Rai. I've seen her, of course, Devdas. I must have seen some 6-7 times. Yeah, and all other films also, and even Anil sir. But as an actor, when you're performing, you have to perform your character, and you have to see your co-actor as the character, and not as, of course, apart from shooting that. Now, when I sit with him, I'm in awe. I keep listening to his, amazing stories and his journey, and it's very fascinating. But on shoot, no, you can't really do that.
Even when the camera goes cut, supposing you're shooting.
Also, it depends. The kind of like Anil sir, of course, is too like he's become a friend now. He doesn't give me that kind of energy at all. That I'm Anil Kapoor. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. With Ash also, I think she was very friendly. She was very submissive towards her character, and once she's on set, and for her it was all about the scene. It was all about the film, which is I think amazing. Which the kind of environment we worked in, it was just beautiful. I think the whole energy was so synchronized, and it was just a bunch of wonderful people trying to make a good film.
And it looks like a great film. But now that you become such a good friend of Anil sir, that means everyday food on the set from his house. Is that true? No.
Because he's a vegetarian.
Oh.
And
sorry, we're disappointed there.
No, but we just had our lunch together, and he made me try this amazing sandwich, vegetarian sandwich.
It's a vegetarian sandwich, Raj. You can't enjoy it so much.
no, it was
What are you saying?
Sorry for all the vegans and the vegetarians out there. But I'm waiting for that opportunity. Every time I meet Sonam, now that I'm meeting her a few times in the last 3 months, I'll ask, I want to taste the food in their house. Because
You have to. I've tried their
Yes, I've heard
food.
so much about it,
it's
sir.
amazing. The
Hey,
food
you're a
is amazing.
vegetarian. You don't know, sir.
What are you saying? Sonam is vegetarian?
vegetarian. Sonam is vegetarian.
Yeah.
My
But
wife,
you're not, sir.
my wife is a vegetarian.
You're not, no?
But no, it depends. These days, I'm enjoying vegetarian food more. So it depends on phases. to
I missed the
phases.
boat there.
I'm telling you, come this side, it's better.
We'll see. Is there any excitement now that you can have on a Friday? Would you ever get nervous on a Friday of a film?
No, I'll tell you what, no matter how many films you do, no matter you do get nervous. And I'm nervous about, like these 2 scenes which I was shooting. एक लड़की को देखा तो ऐसा लगा, I was very nervous. Will I be able to pull it off, So there are times you do feel nervous. I'm normal, I'm human, and I'm being very honest. You're anxious. Nervous would be not the right way because nervous can be taken in a very negative way.
Correct, yeah.
But I am, of course, anxious till and that anxiousness and that insecurity makes me work even harder and better. And for me, it's very momentary. It's like for a few hours or for 15, 20 minutes. And then I'm on to something which is very, very positive. So I never drag the stress or the negativity for more than 15 to 20 minutes. 15, 20 minutes max. I'm on to my next, or on to my next thought, or on to something which is very, very positive.
But do you follow?
I have trained my brain and it's an effort sometimes, but I do it. I do it
But do you
intentionally.
read like the newspapers on the Saturdays and the Sundays? A, what the people would say. B, what the collections would be. C, maybe go and check out the
No,
theatres.
these are all my secrets which I've shared with Raj,
Right.
which I do as an actor for me to have this kind of longevity for so many years. Something I must have done right. So there are certain things which I do.
Are
Which
you
has,
letting us in on the secrets? No.
like for example, when a film releases, I never really wait for the feedback. I just give it some time.
Okay.
Like reading or something like that. I give time. I let the film breathe. And then unless someone sometimes is insensitive and he or she doesn't realize that how much hard work and effort which is, तो उससे मैं पूछूंगा, मैंने तो आके मुंह पे बोल के जाएगा बहुत खराब पिक्चर थी। अरे मैंने आपसे पूछा अच्छा तो आज से आपने देखी? बोला नहीं सर अब तक मैंने देखी नहीं अब तक। But it becomes like a this kind of a situation. So there are some these kind of things are there, but I've got different ways to tackle these all kinds of situations, things written, and I've got all
It's all working.
all nuskas for everything.
I don't think you're going to need any nuskas for this. I
But
think
I'm human.
Yeah.
Also.
Fanney Khan, I think, should be able to get all the boxes ticked off. Aishwarya is obviously playing a singer there, so the music is going to be a very integral part of it.
Yeah.
And, I think the audience today samples it first. With the social media world, if you manage to kick off a film with some great music, it just elevates the film into another level.
Yeah.
Is there something great that I can, hum and dance and be a part of as far as...
Yeah, I think it's got a mix of a lot of tracks, like a dancing number, a party number, to an inspirational song, to a song which is very personal, which can be very personal for you. Like Halka Halka Surur is a full-on, like romantic party track. And Achhe Din is very aspirational and inspirational. There's another song which will be, the video will be out soon, called Tere Jaisa Tu Hai, which personally I really like humming that song. Yeah.
So quite a bit. I haven't seen you dance yet. I know that you're a great dancer. And there's a part that's going to come out soon. Are you choosing a film where we can at least see that
Well, in
capability of
Stree
yours?
actually, which the trailer will be out like in next 5 days. Me and Shraddha have danced on a song. And
Really?
You have to see it. It's
Finally!
a really good one.
He had actually told us this, that he loves to dance, and I know that
I
he's a
love
trained
dancing,
dancer.
yeah.
But he had never got an opportunity yet.
Yeah.
You're living every dream that you wanted, buddy. It's all happening right now in front of the camera.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, gentlemen, for joining me.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Raj.
Thank you.
This is a film, like I said, whenever there's a lot of meat as far as the performances are concerned, it just really excites me. That's what this entire, trailer was all about. Sadly, that's the only thing that I've been able to see right now. And to see Anil sir in a title role, and to see him there, and to see Aishwarya Rai, I think that's a perfect combination. We'll see you soon. 3rd of August, right?
3rd of August.
3rd of August it is. We'll see you soon on B4U Entertainment, the YouTube channel. Like, share, subscribe. This interview will be out there as well. Bye-bye.